To top news headlines, Manipur High Court directs state government to declare members of Red Cross Society as frontline warriors. Imphal Municipal Corporation all set for reopening Imakaitil's from tomorrow after almost 1 year. India records 28,326 new COVID-19 cases, 260 deaths in last 24 hours. A very good evening. You are watching Mami TV English News in Focus with me, CHENGLEINGANBI KHADEM. I'll present to you about the hot news for today. High Court of Manipur ordered the state government to declare the members of Red Cross Society (RCAs) who are playing a key role in combating the COVID-19 pandemic as frontline workers within 2 weeks. On September 23, Single Bench of Justice KH heard a writ petitions filed by Dr. Yanglem Mohan Singh. The petitioner appealed to the court to direct the government to translate the notice by the Deputy Secretary, Health and Family Welfare on July 17 into action. The petitions drew the attention of the court to declare the members of RCAs as frontline workers since they are playing key role in combating the pandemic and other natural disaster. The court ordered the state mission director, who is also the respondent number 6, a 2 weeks time to put into actions the notice issued by Deputy Secretary of Health and Family Welfare in July. The respondents of the writ petition submitted by Dr. Mohan were Governor Secretary, Principal Secretary, Commissioner, Director and Deputy Secretary Health and Family Welfare and State Missions Director, which is represented by Chief Secretary. Imphal Municipal Corporation's IMC has informed that preparation for reopening of the 3 Ima markets and temporary market at Khairamban by following rotations of 2 days has been completed. These markets remain closed due to the second wave of COVID-19. Addressing a press meet held at the office of IMC yesterday, Chairperson of IMC, K. Chandrakumar, said vendors can collect their cards from the office, which will be issued under certain rules by the government for the reopening. Preparations to maintain 6 feet distance by the vendors to follow SOP have been completed, he said. The vendors can collect the rotations cards issued by the government from the corporation's office even in Sunday before the markets reopens tomorrow. The cards, which have been categorized into 4 colors, will allow the vendors to open their stores in rotations. Meanwhile, he warned to close the parking facilities in front of hospitals, shops, hotels, banks and clinics under the jurisdiction of IMC. India recorded 28,326 new COVID-19 cases with 260 deaths in the last 24 hours, which is 4.4% lower than yesterday. With this, the country's case tally has touched 3.35 crore and the total reported death count to 4.46 lakhs. Meanwhile, a total of 26,032 patients recovered in the last 24 hours, which brings the total recoveries to 3.29 crore. With India's recovery rate now stands at 97.77% in the last 24 hours, active cases increased by 2,034 and now the total active caseload stands at 3.03. So far, a total of 68.42 lakhs doses have been administered in the last 24 hours, which brings the total tally of doses administered to 85.60 crore. A woman from Iram Sifai Lerak Asangba in Imphal West District has died after delivering a baby at Wangoi Community Health Center. Irate people of the area and family members of the deceased stormed the Office of Medical Office in charge of the CHC over negligence by the staff. They demanded suspension of the MO in charge for failing to perform duties. The deceased woman has been identified as Maibam Ongwi Monica, 24 years old, wife of Maibam Suresh. She was admitted to Wangoi CHC at around 4:30 p.m. last evening. Talking about the incident, Monica's husband Suresh said after examining her, the MO of the CHC said the baby could be delivered around 11 p.m. Around 6:30 p.m., they gave her an injections, after which her health deteriorated. However, the doctors and nurses on duty did not pay attention to her. Later, a male nurses and some nurses were present for the delivery without any doctor. She gave birth to a baby girl around 8:30 p.m. and the staff informed that the mother was fine. However, after 3 hours, the Wangoi CHC referred her to RIMS Hospital, where the doctors informed that she had no pulse, Suresh said.
Doctor, Kauru Matamda, Akwena Kangna Lakani, no Kari Kangana, no Nisha, Sabah Lai Jara Pudi, no Lima Pantona, Hoitanto, Lima Pantole, Matia Masang Matamda, Angang, River Misaki, the Emo in charge with them. Tasanakan, Emo in charge, somebody duty to whatever manner, Emo in charge with the patient, Makut Paidan, male nurse with Tikin, Tiamdagi. Nurse Karaga Maga, Angang, process the week, Doctor Karam to Sunday, Karigumam to hide. Pungli pangamin ni Puma sa paswada angang yung uneraba matungda angang pimo uneraba matungda mama ka shutog da brahang bala ka shutog di habda ay haraw wan gida na kuchen chele me habda I chanu pim pangen adu chupo potro te na jigu matam na pungo humu ki matungda di moy na kari hare ai pung baru mi na tratu mu chapa matam rim sta report hu matam na sidagi pure moy na arel kapo na kapasi Sumnagi Ariel Capo and Sumnagi Mihun Panga was Hona or never Ariel Capo element. Hachang is the Louisville element.
To make Andhra a peaceful constituency, former Minister T.H. Syamkumar sought people's support to defeat violent and disrespectful people from the constituency. He said this during the booth-level meeting for polling station number 7, 24, 25, 26, 27 and 28 of Andhra Assembly constituency organized by BJP Andhra Mandal. The meeting was held at the community hall of Nongpok Ningthau Panthoibi at Topchingtha. General Secretary of Development Organizations Andhra Kendra, H. Okenjit Sarma, former Pradhan of Changamdabi Gram Panchayat, Mohammad Imran Shah was the dice member of the meeting. Speaking on the occasion, Syamkumar acknowledged the support from the people of the constituency since stood for elections. As a representative of the people, he will keep working hard for the people as long as he can, rather than creating panic among the people. He asserted violent and disrespectful people are not welcome in the constituency. Social worker KH Rajan expressed concern over the man-made flood by blockage of drains at Sanilau Laikai under Khangabok Part 1 Gram Panchayat in Thoubal district, owing to constructions of the Asian Highway No. 1. Speaking at the press meet held at Sanilau Laikai, Rajan said due to the expansion of Asian Highway by Green Infra Project Limited under NHIDCL company, drains in the areas has been filled up. Owing to this, backyards, lawns, cow sheds and ponds of the area have been inundated for 3 months now. People of the area also fear the spread of diseases from the stagnant water. Sanilau Youth Club has sent letters to Thoubal DC and DZM of NHIDCL over the matter, but no actions has been taken up. As such, Rajan drew the attention of the department concerned and Chief Minister and Biren to look into the matter at the earliest.
미오이브나 힝버가 마탐다 콰이디 다르카 레이브시 लेने बजूम चाने थकना इसिंग माइसिंग फिरोन चालोन हाइबनी अहुम सिगी मनुंग पुलप टोटली टच तवे अखोइना चाना थंगना पुखरी इसिंग लोइन समनाग्रे हारिबा जगह सिदा लेरिबा टोले सिंग असि चाथोक चेसिन लोइन कनागी सेप्टिक टेंक लोइ पुनसनग्रे अदगी अखोइना फिजु पिजांगदब फिरोन सुगदब सेचारि मयामसु सुबमसु लेत्रे फिसु लेत्रब कांद अदगी फौगदब सु इसिंग लुप सिगी मरक मायोंगनब सिंग असिदिगी थानी ममांगदे समान लाबा पोसिदा सरकारना मसी अथुबा मतमदा मरी लेनबो अथोतिना मिंगसंबियो नत्रगदे मसिदिगी अखोइना थकनब चानब अदगी लेरिब लोइ इसम सनवरे अदो अखोइ लाइरा प्रजासिंगसिने ओइबनिना लेइरगा थकप ngambsu yawi adagi ngamdabasu yawi adani am problem aduga maraksida lena tina habamsu lakani laibani hauji leiriba isingsi pokri de leiri jeramba han natural ngi oiba pokri phajaba ising maching do hauji masu loi hongre hongrabani kai lake bo ngasai gi akoina thanglo charu kan fisu pisang kan mahimata lane lena da ya lakpo yai aduna hauji covid ki asyokna warba matam sida ising isau gi khusiam go oiba polam lakpo ise atuba matam da masi deputy commissioner puning sing sinjari loina koi chimi puning sing sinjari.
All Manipur United Clubs organizations AMUCO, in collaboration with 16 local clubs of different localities in Imphal, form an apex organizations called Khwai United Clubs Organizations (KHUKO) for better participations in public activities. The apex organizations was formed in a meeting chaired by the president of AMUCO, Nando Luang. The meeting also appointed 23 office bearers of the organizations. They also plan to broaden the organizations by including more local clubs. Maisnam Biramani Luang was appointed as the president of the organizations, with Khangabam Lenin as the general secretary and Thokjom N.R. Maitei as the finance secretary and 16 executive members. A book titled Khunai Semgalakpada Hijam Irabat Ki Thaudang, written by Ningthaujam Birchandra and Yaipaba Ningthaujam, was published today at GP's Women College. The book was published by GM Publications, Director of CESD, Manipur University, Professor C.H. Ibohal Meitei, Professor of Vocational Education of ACERT, Ahibam Romand, and Professor of GP Women College, Dr. W. Romich, presided over the event as the presidium members. Assistant Professors of Thambal Murray College, Dr. K.H. Gaurachandra, released the book at the event. Speaking on the occasion, publisher of GM Publications, Longjam Somendro, said, the publication house has published 25 books so far. They will publish more books related to the history of the state. He said they will try to make their published books available at low price for students and research scholars. Here we have a short commercial break. Please stay tuned for more updates.
LX Sublimation. Pauna Bazaar Imphal, JMG Shopping Complex, first floor. Mafam asida mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame, sublimation ki pot khuding mug wholesale da pangbigani. Items available are mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame. All the mentioned items will be available at wholesale rate in LX Sublimation.
Saraswati Charitable Trust, BSc Forensic Science, BE Cybercrime Security, Diploma in Pharmacy, BSc Medical Laboratory Technology, BSc Radio Imaging Technology, BSc Operation Theatre Technology, Diploma in MLT, RIT, ODT, Dialysis, Tamnabagidamak, Manipuri Mapanda, Chatrabasu Yaragani. Manipur University da affiliate Tauduna, Pharmacy Council of India, Amadi, Ministry of HRD, New Delhi approved Tauraba, 100% job oriented Oiraba, Saraswati Charitable Trust Pangaida, course sing English ngani kun mathoi kunithoi gi session da tamna bagi damak admission hojare hena kupamol damak contact tobiu Saraswati Charitable Trust Pangai 9856 575 163 natraga 9402 233 554.
Welcome back again after the break. In the 81st editions of the Man Ki Baat program, Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke about the importance of cleanliness, rivers, and also urged people to abide by COVID safety rules during the festive season. He urged people to follow COVID safety guidelines during the festive season. He also urged citizens to get vaccinated and encourage others to get jab. Speaking on the importance of rivers, he said September is an important month, a month when we celebrate World River Day, a day to remember the contributions of our rivers that selflessly provide us with water. Speaking on cleanliness, Prime Minister Modi said Bapu Mahatma Gandhi was a proponent of cleanliness. He made cleanliness a mass movement and associated it with the dream of independence. Prime Minister Narendra Modi landed in India today after concluding his 3-day visits to the United States. During his visit, Prime Minister Modi addressed the 76 sessions of the United Nations Security Council, attended the first in-person Kuwait summit, and held bilateral and multilateral engagement, including with U.S. President Biden, U.S. Vice President Harris, and his counterparts from Australia, Scott Morrison, and from Japan, Yoshihide Suga. Prime Minister Modi in his address delivered a coherent message on cross-country terrorism and also said that the world must fulfill its duty by helping women, children and minorities in war-torn Afghanistan. The Prime Minister also highlighted India's inclusive democracy and its importance to the world. For the first time, Prime Minister Modi met Vice President Kamala Harris in person at the White House, during which they decided to further cement the Indo-US strategic partnership and discuss global issues of common interest, including threats to democracy and the Indo-Pacific. In his meet with Australian counterpart Scott Morrison, the two leaders discussed a broad range of issues of bilateral, regional and global importance. And in his meeting with US President Joe Biden at the Oval Office in the White House, they discussed the unique initiatives on climate change, COVID-19 pandemic, and Kuwait. The Department of Expenditure Ministry of Finance has approved capital expenditures projects of Rs 2,903.80 crore in 8 states, including Sikkim. The projects have been approved under the scheme entitled Special Assistance to States for Capital Expenditures for 2021 to 2022. The ministry also released an amount of Rs 1,393.83 crore to the states of Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Himachal Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Punjab, Sikkim and Telangana, the Finance Ministry said in a statement. In view of a higher multiplier effect of capital expenditures and to provide the much-needed resources to the state in the wake of second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic, the scheme Special Assistance to States for Capital Expenditures for 2021 to 2022 was launched on April 29, 2021. Under the scheme, special assistance is being provided to the state governments in the form of a 50-year interest-free loan up to an overall sum not exceeding Rs 15,000 crore during the financial year 2021 to 2022. The Pentagon on Saturday said that the U.S. does not need to coordinate counter-terrorism airstrikes with the Taliban in Afghanistan. Pentagon Press Secretary John Kirby said that there is no need to talk with the Taliban about the need to carry out air attacks on terrorists in Afghanistan. This comes a day after the Taliban's remarks over demanding compensation from countries involved in fighting in Afghanistan. Meanwhile, the Taliban said the U.S. should not intervene in Afghanistan affairs. Now let's rewind up the headlines once again. Manipur High Court directs state government to declare members of Red Cross Society as frontline warriors. Imphal municipal corporations all set for reopening Imakaitills from tomorrow after almost 1 year. India records 28,326 new COVID-19 cases, 260 deaths in last 24 hours. That's all of the news for today. Keep watching Mami TV News for more updates.